Hello, hello. It's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have the second public sitting of the first ordinary session of the Parliament. For the international scene, Manchester City wins a titanic first round against Real Madrid. Welcome to our newsroom. The National Assembly held its second session of the first ordinary session of Parliament for the year 2022. The President of the National Assembly, Mohamed Ali Mohammed, led this Wednesday, April 25, the work of the second session of the first ordinary session of Parliament for the year 2022 with the participation of the Prime Minister Abdulkader Kamil Mohammed, ministers and all parliamentarians. The agenda included the examinations of the following 9 texts. One, draft law number 141 EN adopting the financial account of 2019 of the Djibouti International Airport, and two, draft law number 145 on the ratification of the protocol of cooperation in cases of maritime emergency. Three, draft law number 149 on the transformation of the offices Djiboutian of development of geothermal energy in establishment, public, industrial, and commercial. Draft law 115 on the organizations of the Secretary of State in charge of investment and private sector's development. Draft law 153 on the ratification of the financing agreement for the Djibouti Digital Foundation project. Draft law 154 on the organizations and functioning of the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development. Draft law number 155 on the approval of the financial account of the fiscal year 2018 of the International Company of Hydrocarbon of Djibouti. Draft law number 156 on the approval of the financial account of the fiscal year 2019 of the Djibouti International Society for Hydrocarbon, and draft law number 157 on the approval of the financial account of the fiscal year of the Djibouti International Hydrocarbon Society. As a preamble, the President of the National Assembly, Mohamed Ali Mohammed, in declaring open this plenary session, returned to the preparatory activities and the expected impact of the courses of the plenary of this April 27. The President of the National Assembly, Mohamed Ali Mohammed, has delivered a speech in which he explained the missions made by this institution during the month of April, and which also allow with the observations of the blessed month of Ramadan. As part of the exchanges, the parliamentarians have mainly focused their questions on the text of the agenda, but also on the theme relating to the environmental issues of financial conjunctures, the legal framework of public institutions, the consolidation of the debt of public institutions, the challenges inherent in the establishment of a business climate, the digital reinforcement of geothermal energy, and hydrocarbon. Each time is the head of the ministerial department in relation to the element of the agenda address it has intervened to provide the appropriate clarification in line with the coordination missions incumbent upon him. The parliamentarian says that this opportunity to ask questions to the government members on the 9 bills they had to vote during this public session. The Minister of the Equipment and Infrastructure, Hassan Muhammad Arbahim, has went up to the podium to answer the questions of the parliamentarian. For his part, the Minister of Energy and Mine Resources, Yunus Ali Gedi, did the same to answer questions from parliamentarians on the transformations of the Djibouti offices of development of geothermal energy, ODEG, in public, industrial, and commercial. Prime Minister Abdelkader Kamel Mohammed took the floor to answer parliamentarians and explain the process of the in-depthness of the Djibouti International Airport. On Monday, April 25, the foreign minister located at the site of the Sunfield, namely the Ministry of Youth and Culture, the Ministry of Women and Family, the Minister in charge of decentralization, and the Secretary of State in charge of investment and private sector and development, held a collective iftar at City Hall. In addition to the ministers, in this case, the Minister of Youth, Dr. Hiba Momin Asawi, the Minister of Family and Family, Muna Usman Aden, the Minister Delegate in charge of decentralization, Qasim Harun Ali. This break of collective fast of another dimensions between neighboring ministries brought together on the spot senior officials and staff of the respective ministries, representative of the municipality of Balbala, the ulema and all the officials of the CDC around the fourth future of to participate. The participants shared moment of meditations and communion after breaking the fast. The guests performed together the first evening prayers. This was followed by a sequence of dua, where the Sheikh implored the Most High to answer to our prayers in the blessed month of Ramadan, to guide our steps on the right path, such as pity, forgiveness, recollections, and sharing unity, cohesion among the national community brothers. The Director General of the PDSA DMP honored the vice champions of the first division. The Director General of the Port of Djibouti SADMP, Jama Ibrahim Darar, organized yesterday afternoon a collective iftar at the Sheraton Hotel for the players and entire staff of the team as the AS Port crowned vice champion of the season 2021-2022 last Saturday. Were also invited to this ceremony of great personality of football, including the president of the Djiboutian Football Federation, the vice president of the CAF, Suleiman Hassan Waberi, the president of the club of the AS Port, Iltiri Hassan Abdi, the instructors of FIFA CAF, Mohamed Hussein Ali, Gaboni, as well as former players of the clubs and high officials of the various administrative departments of the port. This ceremony was an opportunity for the general manager Jama Ibrahim Darar to thank and congratulate the players and the entire technical and administrative staff for the excellent results achieved this sport season in their participation in the national championship of the first division. The mayor of Djibouti City began the installations of its member of the executive offices. The mayor of the city to install first at the headquarters of the Central Registry of the Directorate General of Population and Family, which took place the handover of services between the outgoing first deputy and the new deputy Fatuma Kamil, Fatou Mohamed Kamil, and then it was the turn of the second deputy Ahmed Ige, and Ms. Taisir Fahmi, secretary of the Djibouti Council. The installations of its new members of the executive of the Council of Djibouti, leadership of the mayor of the city of Djibouti. The leaders of the mayor of Djibouti, Said Dawood, it is to emphasize that it is installations follow the signing of municipal orders appointing members of the executive board of the Council of Djibouti. As part of the international cooperation, an important meeting between the management of the hospital Dar al Hanan and the Japanese International Cooperation Agency, JICA, was held at the meeting room of the hospital. This meeting concerned the restitutions of studies on the material needs and medical equipment of the hospital to be financed by JICA. The general directors of Dar al Hanan Hospital, Hawa Hassan Gesod, was pleased with the good progress of these studies and thanked the JICA for their constant support to the public health of the country. On the occasions of the approach of Eid al-Fitr, the the RPP proceeded yesterday evening at the annex center of RPP to the Sheikh Musa and Sheikh Musa, the distributions of Eid clothes in favor of orphans and children from modest families. The ceremony of handing over the clothes took place in the annex centers of RPP Sheikh Musa, and the presence of the 300 families who benefited from these gestures of solidarity from the Party Popular Rally for Progress (RPP). The ceremony of distribution of new clothes saw the participation of the president of the municipality, Mohamed Hassan, the president of the annex, Sheikh Musa Hassan Ismail Rageh, the family beneficiaries of the municipality. The objective is to offer new clothes so that he is the happiest and most beautiful of this holiday. And for the international scene concerning the Champions League, the Manchester City wins Titanic's first round against Real Madrid in the first semi-finals leg of the Champions League. Manchester City wins against Real Madrid and takes an option to play its second consecutive final. If the 4-3 final is certainly frustrating for Manchester City, the first leg of the Champions League semi-finals against Real Madrid on Tuesday was a legendary was a legendary match between two teams attacking. While Manchester City was badly paid for a performance full of audacity and offensive determination, but that's because they were caught in their own trap of the double from the irresistible Karim Benzema, now top scorers of the tournament with the 14 goals. That is for tonight's news. Thank you for watching us and have a great evening.